Well, welcome to the maintenance facility at Portmarnock Golf Club. We have our mechanic here as well, socially distanced away. This is Jakob. He looks after basically the whole maintenance fleet for the golf course. You can see there's quite a lot of machines here, so he's kept very busy all the time here. So I'll just run through basically what we've got in the shed. This is a general maintenance spot for the benches and things like that Jakob uses. And then this facility here is the grinding room. So this is used quite often during the main playing season to sharpen all the cylinders and bed knives of all the equipment that we've got for cutting the greens, to keep them as sharp as possible, to minimize the damage on the plant when we cut it. So this is the grinding room. That's for the cylinder itself, and that's the bottom blade grinder there. So as you can see, the pedestrian mowers, we use them to cut the greens Monday to Friday, and then we've got tees mowers that we cut the tees twice a week during the main playing season, and then the bunker tops out on the golf course as well. They're the small ones. And then we've got the ride-ons for the weekends, the greens surrounds mowers, and then the fairway mowers, and then we have the rough cutters down the bottom end as well. Jakob sharpens all these blades on a monthly basis. So you can see during the main playing season, Jakob is kept very busy just sharpening all the equipment that we've got here. And on top of that, he services all the machines as well to keep up with the service intervals that are recommended by the manufacturers. He also does all the repairs in-house. We buy the parts in as required, and he repairs all the machinery in-house. The lift is a vital part of any mechanic's workshop. Obviously, you can get underneath it to service, do all the oil changes and things like that. Also, you can split machines in half to get at clutches and things like that. So that's a vital piece of equipment for Jakob's role within the club. So just moving further down, obviously I've spoke about the cutting equipment. We've got buggies to get around the golf course on. That's for morning prep more so than anything, so we can keep in front of golfers quicker. Obviously, it's important for us to keep in front of golf as much as possible to stop interfering with your game of golf. So they're a vital part to keep us moving quickly. And then what we've got, just in this area, we've got a few seeders, different types. The big one there, that's the disc seeder. That goes on the back of the tractor as well, and that cuts little grooves, continuous grooves within the soil, and deposits its seed in the soil, and then closes it over with the roller at the back. And then this one, which we've just finished yesterday, dimple seed in the greens. It's got little, like 6-inch nails stuck on the base of it, which open up the ground, a small hole, and the seed is then deposited into the hole. So they're the two seeding types that we do here at Portmarnock. And then obviously other aeration equipment. This is the Air 2 G2. This has only been on the market for roughly about 5 to 6 years. What that actually does, it's an air compressor attached to an engine. There's 3 tines on the machine that go into the ground, then blows out air at whatever depth the tine is at. So at the moment we've got 6-inch tines on it. So the tines go into the ground 6 inches, and then it expels air at the base of that to fracture the soil, to let roots actually penetrate down deeper, as well as deoxidizing the soil profile. And then the 2 Toro machines, the Hydrojects, they're again aeration equipment. That actually fires water at velocity into the soil, so you're actually wetting the soil as well as providing holes for aeration. And generally this is done during high drought situations to keep the soil a little bit moisture, as well as opening up the soil profile. And then the Pro Core, basically that actually bangs holes or takes cores out of the soil. A lot of golfers would associate this machine to pole forking. And then within this area here of the workshop, the two sprayers, one for greens. Obviously it's a lightweight machine. We use that for all fertilization or applying wetting agents, herbicides. We don't spray fungicides here at Portmarnock because of the health of the turf. We keep it on the lean side, so we're not encouraging soft tissue growth, which encourages disease, so we don't use fungicides at Portmarnock here at all. And then the big ones actually outside, we've just started spraying the fairways today, so that's outside there. And going back over to this side of the shed, we have two rollers. Again, a lot of people ask why we would have two. If we sent one roller out to do the 30 greens that we've got here at Portmarnock, it would take us a day to do it. So we need two again to keep in front of golf. Because the last thing you want is being held up in the golf course by someone rolling a green. So hence the two rollers. And then we have some turf cutters. Again, these are generally used in the winter for maintaining bunker faces. We cut the turf to a thickness and then take that out into the golf course and do all the repair work to the bunkers ourselves. And this area of the maintenance facility, this is where we actually wash all the balls down, and it goes into a dispenser at the top there, and then yourselves actually collect the balls in the other room of this facility for the range. And just moving around here quickly, I'll switch a light on. This is the irrigation pump room. All the irrigation parts are kept in this area as well, so we know where everything is. But generally these four pumps supply water through pipe to all the sprinklers at a pressure of 8 bar. They're the normal operating pressure of the sprinklers, and that's actually controlled from a PC up in my office, which we'll have a look later on. And then upstairs, this is just generally a small area where we keep all our signage, spare tines for the machines, and also the boiler for heating the facilities up here as well. So just a little storeroom as such. Okay, so that's the inside area of this facility. What I haven't actually mentioned, which is another part, which is a good part of this facility, on every second bay of this facility we have single phase and 3-phase electricity, as well as air, which is on this side. So if we have a slow puncture, we can actually pump it up here, or if we have a puncture, yeah, we can come down here and fix it on site. Likewise, if we do need to do any welding jobs or anything, he's got the 3-phase on site every second bay that you can actually hook into and do the job on site, rather than having to try and maneuver machines around. And then outside we have our fertilizer and seed store and chemical store. So this is where all the seed, fertilizer and chemicals is actually stored in this area here. This is the chemical and fertilizer store. This is all done to high spec, where if we have any spillages it's actually all contained within this area, and then we can get a firm in to actually pump it out. So this is this store, which used to be the old canteen, but we modified it during 2007. And then outside we have all the tractors, trailers and the digging equipment, as well as the JCB. This is our sand bays, again undercover, which is actually vital. So we're actually putting dry sand out onto the golf course when we're sanding greens and tees, so we can keep, again, in front of golf. When we're actually matting it in, it goes in quicker rather than having to wait for the sand to dry. So that is a great addition to the actual complex, having it covered. And then in the far corner we have a waste to water system, which is recyclable water for washing down all the machines. So any oils and things like that are deposited into that system gets broken down by bacteria. So we're actually up to legislation again for keeping water fresh and clean. And then we have two tanks, one for diesel and one for petrol. They're underground, they both contain 5,000 litres, and we roughly fill them 4 times a year. Again, that's just for all the machines. So this is the entrance up to the actual mess hall and the offices and that. So we have women's toilets here, a women's shower facility, as well as a little changing room there for them. And then going upstairs, we have the main changing room for all the male staff that we have in here. There's lockers obviously, as well as showers facility for them getting washed up. And also we have a tumble dryer for inclement weather, as well as a drying room. Obviously when we have all the staff on site at any one time, and for keeping gear dry for them to go out in inclement weather, it's important to have these facilities. And then obviously we have toilet facility for the men. Put a light on for you. And then we have Carl's office. This is doubled up as basically a little store for keeping additional safety boots and PPE, things like that. And then my office, it's a bit like NASA in here. Obviously we've got the 2 screens for the irrigation system. I can basically, from this system, I can put on any sprinkler mobile out on the golf course from my phone. This translates, given information to the PC, then that sends it out to the course. So I can operate it on site as well as within the office here. And then just a normal PC for report work. And we'll go into the canteen. Staff canteen. It's a good size, and when we can have any training involved at Portmarnock, we try to do it as much as possible on site. So this doubles up as a training canteen as well as the canteen itself. So it's a great facility here at Portmarnock for the guys, and it is appreciated that we've got such a good facility here at Portmarnock. Thank you.